everyone. I'm Steve here with David Wright. David is a personal trainer at Fitness for 10 in Carson City. Thanks for being here, David.
Thanks for having me, Steve.
Okay, calories in, calories out, right?
Absolutely.
This is so controversial. And I say the same thing every time because I listen to a lot of doctors um, who know how to train, who know how to eat, and they say calories in, calories out. Um, and they're right. They're right. They know they're right. But if you watch the channel, you know I hate that term, calories in, calories out. Because how do you accomplish that? How do you accomplish burning more calories than you take in? And I just think the calories in, calories out statement is a thing that most people that hear it say think just we'll just eat less. So that's not always going to work. And for
Right.
sure, eating less is not going to work forever. So you've had some of your clients ask about this. Are they kind of baffled when you say you're not eating enough?
Yeah, it seems, to most people who are either new to the gym or just don't know a lot about the nutrition side of things are generally baffled when I say, if they've come to a point where maybe they've plateaued with weight loss and things like that, or even if I'm doing an introductory session with somebody and we kind of go over that, I tend to go over a lot of nutrition and things like that. And one of the things they'll say, well, I've gone on this, 1,200 calorie diet or whatnot, whatever that number is. I lost all this weight. And then, now I'm eating the same stuff I was eating at that 1,200 calories, but now I'm not losing weight. In fact, I'm gaining some in some cases. I don't understand it. I'm working out. I'm doing all these things. And I don't understand what's happening. And sometimes people will go to even more, extreme type of diets where they'll cut even more because it worked the first time, right? And so when I explain that, well, the reason why you're not losing weight at this point is, you've cut those calories down so far. Of course, you're going to have an initial pretty big weight loss for some people, depending on each person, of course. But, your body then at that point, as you and I know, Steve, as far as how the metabolism is working, your body's not going to work harder than it absolutely has to do anything. So when you just stop feeding your body those nutrients, those calories that you need, it's going to slow down to what you're giving it. And so when I explain that to people, it seems really counterintuitive that, hey, if I want to lose weight, I actually need to eat more food. And my response to that is absolutely yes. Now, does that mean go to McDonald's for every meal? Of course not. What that means is we need to look at, well, what are you eating now? What does your activity look like? And then, okay, let's come up with a plan for you to eat more calories, clean calories, mind you. So I like to put that out there because it's not just go and eat anything you want and have a 4,000 calorie a day junk food diet. It's increasing those good nutrients and the calories that you get so that your body knows, hey, there's more food there. You're going to have more energy. There's a lot of benefits to it, of course, just to be healthy in general. But for the weight loss side of things, it seems counterintuitive to eat more calories to lose body fat, but we have to do that. And so there's a lot of information out there, YouTube and other places that, you'll hear calories in, calories out. But again, you don't hear, well, what does that mean? What does that look like? What does it actually mean to me? And what that means is, you have to, in order to lose that body fat, you do have to be in a calorie, deficit of sorts, but you don't have to starve yourself to certain points where people do that. And it just ends up not being a good thing all the way around for them.
Right. And there's so many variables. Again, it's a true statement. The statement means that if you're taking in more energy than you are burning, you're going to gain weight. And you
Right.
are. And you are. And I hear people argue with that. Um, And then these expert doctors and nutritionists, you've probably seen, if you guys watch this channel, you've probably seen some of these other people on YouTube that say that. I just don't like the saying, because the idea is, how do you make your body burn more energy than it's taking in? How do you do that? You don't necessarily do that, maybe at first, but eating less, if you keep eating fewer and fewer calories, less and less energy, it's not going to work. You're going to die, and your
Right.
body is going to resist you. Are your hormones off? Your hormones might be off. That's why, and you mentioned, some people can take in 1,200, 1,500 calories, and not only are they not losing weight, they're gaining weight. Why? Because their body is burning less energy than the 1,500 calories they're bringing in. And they might be doing cardio on top of that and
Right.
still not losing weight. They may be gaining weight. So you have to figure out what the problem is. Why? So the title, when we talk about eating more to lose more or lose weight, you can do that. You can eat, because remember, it's calories in, calories out.
Mhm.
Just because you're eating more energy does not mean you're not going to burn more energy.
Mhm.
So that's the key. And that's explaining it so that the average person in the gym or the average person dieting can understand that it's not just about eat less, count my calories, eat less calories. That's never going to work in the long run. You have to make your body work more efficient. And when it works more efficient, it's going to burn more calories, and you can put on muscle and so on, and you can get leaner. I mean, here's another thing: calories in, calories out. You can actually eat in a calorie surplus, meaning you're eating more energy than you're burning, and you could get leaner, right?
Yep. Absolutely, you can.
You could eat more calories than you're burning, and you could get leaner, meaning your waist is getting smaller, you're getting uh, more ripped, you're getting yoked, you're burning body fat because you're putting muscle on. So I guess we're saying, don't get hung up on this calories in, calories out. And it goes both ways. You can't just keep eating more and more and more and more and more and think you're not going to get fat either, right?
Right. Well, and that's the other thing that I try to explain to people is, the common misconception that's out there everywhere, is, the eating fewer and fewer calories, etc. Because yes, we lose body fat and or weight when we expend more calories than we actually put through our mouth. But the problem is, yeah, people will go to such extremes to the point where, how I like to explain it, to clients or people who get our body scans, different things like that is, your metabolism is just going to start screeching down. And the only way, really, once we've kind of long term had these crazy deficits that some folks have been in because of, the information that they have of, hey, I need to eat less, eat less. Once they've been doing that for long periods of time, that affects a lot of things, and one of those things is going to be your metabolic rate. So if your metabolism's way down here, and then you go, oh, I should eat more, I should eat 1,000 calories more, I've been under eating. Guess what? We're going to pound those calories in, and your metabolism's way down here, and so now your body doesn't know what to do with all of that stuff. So the way I like to explain it is, if we want to start kind of getting that metabolism up, number one, you do have to eat some more food, good food, clean food, but we also, because you're generally here in the gym for our members that are here and come train with me, I say, you're here, we're working out together, you come in on your own. You want to be able to have the strength, you want to be able to have the energy, you want to be able to build muscle. You're not going to be able to do that if, in fact, you're not eating enough. So if you start eating more, the fear is, well, I'm going to gain all this weight. And I say, well, not necessarily. What you're going to be doing is giving yourself and your body the energy to not only do a workout, but to recover properly. How do we recover? Muscle is going to be built. Little amounts here and there on top of everything. So you're going to continuously build muscle. What does that do? That helps bring up that metabolism. How? Because the muscle needs energy. It expends energy when it's moving. So the more you have, the more energy you're going to expend. So there's that calories in, calories out thing. But in all reality, we need to watch what we're eating, but we don't want to undereat and starve ourselves because that has those adverse effects. So yes, we need to eat more. Yes, we need to have that energy so we can go and build the muscle, so we can have the endurance on cardio or whatever we're doing. And in turn, we're going to lose that body fat or we're going to lose that weight. But we need to not be afraid to eat food and eat what we need to make our body healthy because, though neither one of us are doctors, there's a lot of things that can happen internally that if we don't eat enough, things down the road or internally can happen that complicate all sorts of stuff. So just don't even go down that route. Eat responsibly in terms of where you need to be. And that's where with a trainer or with our body scan and different things that are available, you can know how many calories that is and start from there and say, okay, this is where I need to be. It's so much easier to be able to start at that point when you have the information. So get the information and then go from there. But never want to eat, that really low amount because that just gets pretty dicey when you've done that, especially if you've done it for a while.
Yeah, it's I think too often people they're focusing too much on calories in instead of calories out because you want your body to work effectively. You want to be healthy. The quality of the food you eat matters.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
here's what people say when they say calories in, calories out. 1,000 calories of Twinkies is the same as 1,000 calories of chicken. And guess what? That's an accurate statement.
Oh yeah.
Why? It's an accurate, I know it's an accurate statement because calories are a measure of the energy in the food.
Correct.
There's
Yep.
1,000
Absolutely.
calories of energy in the Twinkies, and there's 1,000 calories of energy in the chicken. But why don't you try this? Try eating 1,000 calories of Twinkies and see what happens to your body, and then eat 1,000 calories of chicken and see what happens to your body. So, yes, the calories are the same, the energy is the same, but the food is not the same. I've been
Absolutely.
screaming this from the mountaintops for a long time.
Hmm.
1,000 calories of Twinkies is not the same as 1,000 calories of broccoli. It's not the same. 1,000 calories of Twinkies has zero nutrients in it. Zero.
And a ton of harmful stuff to go on top of all that,
Exactly.
and that's so true because you'll see, and that's a lot of things you see online. Oh, calories are the same, so if 1,000 versus 1,000, yep, you know what? The number's exactly the same. You're exactly right, but that's literally the only similarities between those two example groups. That's where the similarities stop is the total calories. Everything else in between, which is more important, all the nutrients, the vitamins and minerals that are in these different foods we're eating. Twinkies have zero, and they have a lot of fat and all sorts of other crazy stuff in it. Versus the chicken, or anything else. I could eat 3,000 calories a day right now, but if I eat 3,000 calories in ice cream and cake versus rice, chicken, and asparagus, right? I'm going to look a lot different than what I look like right now. And that's for anybody. So, yeah, that's one of those things. It's a really good point because there's a lot of things. Oh, just if it fits your macros and calories in, calories out, and they're the same and all this other, nonsense that's out there. It's like the number's the same, but what you're eating is completely different. So, outside, you're going to look different. You're going to feel a lot different between those two types of things. But you're also going to look a lot different on the outside and inside. Things aren't going to work as well if you're eating the Twinkies versus eating something that's healthier.
Yep. You eat the wrong kind of calories, you're going to ruin your body and it's going to get fat.
Oh, absolutely, inside and out too, and that's an important thing. We've talked about that as far as not only the body fat that you can see on the outside, but that fatty tissue around your different organs and things like that. That's bad news. So we don't want to get there, and that's one of those things. Can't eat the Twinkies and just expect to have that go away because it'll just add to it.
Right. 2,000 calories worth of Twinkies, you might get that drum belly and your arms are getting leaner and you're losing muscle. I'm not going to put muscle on eating 2,000 calories in Twinkies.
No,
And
no, no.
if I ate 2,000 calories in Twinkies, I would get really fat.
Same.
But if I ate 2,000 calories of rice and chicken or broccoli and chicken, 2,000 calories, I am not going to get fat. I promise you. As a matter of fact, it's not going to be enough calories. I'm
Oh, yeah.
going to need more. And that's just how it works. But I always agree with these doctors and specialists and experts that talk about the calories in, calories out. Of course, it's math, math is math.
Right.
So you guys put in the comment section what you think. If you've ever tried this, if you've ever crash dieted, did it work? Did you gain the weight back? I want to hear what your experiences are. Any of you who are listening to this, tell us what's happened. Have you ever increased your calories, eaten more volume? And a lot of times when you eat more volume, you're eating less calories. So let us know in the comment section. David, if people want to follow you on social media and kind of track your competitions and what you're doing, how do they follow you on social media?
So they can find me on Instagram at davidwright_fitness or at Wright Fitness Training as well for a personal training page.
All right, David, thanks for being with us.
Thank you.